Hi everyone, I am Rajkamal and welcome back to the brand new series of AI product engineering. And in continuation to that, today I'm going to talk about how can you Dockerize your personal project. Okay, so if you can recall it correctly, in some of the previous session, for some of the previous recordings, I would have talked about how can you create your end-to-end personal portfolio application website with the help of open code or client AI coding agents, right? So in the vibe coding manner. So we have just given some prompts to the open code or client AI coding agents, which are powered by some of the strong LLMs or open source LLM, and that eventually help us to create very good looking or very interactive portfolio websites that you can see it here, right? So in continuation to that, actually I have also modified it as per my personal details, like I have mentioned, I have updated this section. You can see as per my 12 years of IT experience and what all expertise I have, right? And about me section as well, I have pretty much customized as per my corporate experience and the tool and tech stacks that I have exposure on, right? All those details I have mentioned, even the features, projects, contacts, detail section, each and everything I have customized. I would also encourage you guys to take some time, and if you have not watched that video, that recording, please refer it and go through each and every steps one by one, so that you can also able to build a portfolio website, application which is customized to your skill set, to your experience. Okay, because in today's session we are going to build on top of that existing portfolio project only. All right, and finally, as a end goal of this video, this session is we are going to dockerize it. So whatever I am running it locally, see it here from my local machine, local host. Now, after dockerizing this whole portfolio application, it should run inside the container, and that I will prove you, that I will show you, so that you will also feel confident and you can confidently replicate the learnings that you will be learning as a part of current session to your project work as well. All right, okay. So currently I am on VS Code editor screen, and if you can see, I have opened that same portfolio project here and just renamed it with Dockerize portfolio. All the underneath code base is same only. The idea is I'm going to create a Docker file so that I can customize, I can build a customized image, because I'm not going to pull a ready-made images available on Docker Hub. As a part of this project, now I'm going to build a customized image, right? All right, both are same. So if you look at this Docker file, so if you can recall the concept we have discussed with respect to Docker file, there I have discussed about each and every step one by one, but I will again explain the same thing so that you can able to connect each and every dot. Okay, that is my duty. So I will be doing that. So here, if you look at this first line, represent the ready-made image we are going to pull from Docker Hub. All right. So it says it is going to pull a lightweight Linux image of Alpine, which is preloaded with Node 20 version. Okay. So this is something would be required in order to develop a front-end component, because it is all about the front end tool and technologies that we are leveraging to build a very interactive uh, personal portfolio application, right? For that, we would require Node. It should be preloaded inside our lightweighted Linux Alpine machine. So that is first step. So this is nothing but lightweighted Linux pre-installed. Okay, then coming to this step, what 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 it is doing here. So it is creating a app folder inside the image. So whatever the image we are pulling, the node image, the lightweighted node image, inside that image we would be creating a app folder. This is what it does, nothing special. Then as a part of copy command, it's copying all the project related dependencies, which is currently is a part of package.json, and the package hyphen log.json inside the this current app folder. Okay, this is equivalent to requirement.txt. I think most of the people are from the Python background, so it will be easier for them to relate it. So it will contain now this package.json. This package.json, it would be having the React related installation detail or library detail or tailwind, tailwind CSS or HTML related dependencies or Java, JavaScript related dependencies, right? So these things will be mentioned inside the package.json, and I can show it to you after explaining each and every line one by one. And this is equivalent to pip install in the Python based application. So for the front end component development, right, where we are defining all the front end related services. So for the installation of the front end related dependencies, we would be using npm install. But this is similar to, I mean, for analogy wise, it is similar to the pip install. Pip install. Okay. Then this is a copy everything from the current directory. Copy everything from this current directory to the this app folder. Okay, this is what it does, because without having all the project code directory script, each and everything, how come we are able to deploy this inside the container on some certain port, right? So those code base would be required. Then this is the expose 5173. It is again required for the networking. So this is nothing but a image. Now when we will spin it up in a running situation, running condition, it will be referred as a container. Okay, all right. And now we are saying expose on 5173. So one port, suppose this is the port 5173 from where the communication are happening, and these communication are happening from local host. Suppose this is a local host, my machine. So I will be doing the port banding later. So at the time of I mean building this Docker image and running this, sorry, running this Docker image, so that you will able to understand how the traffic is moving from host to container and how this communication are happening. So in the port binding, I will mention that in the local host from this port number, which is again 5173, the request is going to made and it is going to the container 5173 and response is coming back. That's how the communication will happen in between these two ports. Okay, all right. And After that, this is the command. It is similar to the running a app.py file inside the Python environment. What we do generally, Python app.py, then run it. Similarly, in order to run this front-end application, so there is a command called npm run dev on the dev server basically. Okay, so this white white dev server we will be hosting and will be running using npm run command. And you want to see it, see, this is the command to I have used to I have used to run it, host it locally. Okay, hope you are able to understand each and everything line by line. Okay, guys. So in continuation to that, as a next step, let's discuss about the project structure first. Okay, then I will talk about this Docker file and even the JSON file that we have created similar to the requirements.txt. Okay, so let's open my VS Code editor. So the project structure wise, it is the same. The only additional files that I have created, these are the Docker file and the packages.json, which is equivalent to the requirement.txt. Let me use my pen tab for that. Okay, here we go. So this one I have created, this one, and I have already discussed. I believe this is something I have not discussed. So this is nothing but a similar kind of execution command that we use for the Python file execution. Let's say for the Python application, we use a Python app.py and simply it runs. But when it comes to the any front-end application, so basically it runs using npm command, npm run dev. This is the dev server, vit white dev server, in which now this application will be hosted running on this. The host we have mentioned as a 00, and this is nothing but a local host. So on the local host on 5173, this portfolio website application will be running with the help of npm run dev command. So this is what you can see here. And if you go to the application, go to the, yeah, go to the website. Yeah, now you can see. So the whole website, you can see it, right? I mean, the whole description and followed by different things. Just a minute, guys. Let me remove let me remove my pen tab. Now let me continue with the further discussion. So the code related to the portfolio application development, that is same only. For that, you can refer the previous recording and you can develop it. In addition to that, what all files I have used in order to create the custom image using the Docker file. So I have created Docker file here, and that I have already explained, and there is a package.json equivalent to requirements.txt. All right, so here we go. All the dependencies are mentioned. This is the name of the project, private, here true, version, blah blah things, scripts. See, this is the white dev servers we are using to launch this portfolio application on the local host. All right, and then the dependency talking about this is a React application, because that's what I have given as a prompt to the open code to develop this portfolio website. That's what it's mentioning, React, to to uh, to uh, to enable the responsiveness to this website. So for that feature, basically the reactive library would be required. So those dependencies has been mentioned here. Then dev dependencies, see, I was talking about the tailwind, so that is here. Then react dom plugin linting, okay, tailwind, Okay, HTML, JavaScript, all those things in terms of the dependencies, right? And that will also come. So this is done. So that one package.json file I'm creating, then additionally there is a package log.json. This is nothing but similar to same only, but here it's mentioning all the uh, I mean from where it's getting downloaded and respective has code, each and everything information is mentioned. Okay, so this is something from where actually these libraries are getting pulled to get it installed on where on this lightweighted Linux machine of Alpine type Alpine, which is a lightweighted, where the Node 20 is also loaded, preloaded, right, installed. So there I'm talking about those dependencies which we have defined as a part of package.json will get installed on top of this base. Okay, so I think file wise I have covered. Now I can proceed ahead with proceed ahead with these commands. Basically docker build, which is basically used to build the docker image, and after that when image is built, we can use the docker run command to instantiate that docker image, custom image that we are building here for our portfolio website. And then it will be live, right? We can go to the docker desktop. I can show you how it looks like inside the docker, and from inside the docker container I will be launching this application again, portfolio website again. Then the networking happen there. I will be binding the code binding I was doing, saying, right, this is the port of the host and this is the port of the uh, container where this image is running. So whole application that we have containerized, it's running on 5173 on the container, and 5173 is the local host port from where we will be making that request, like localhost colon 5173 will hitting. We can see that request will go to the portfolio app which is live inside the container, and that's how the response request will happen going forward, right? So let's go ahead and build the custom image first, followed by running the container. So I have just write it down the build command as well. So for you to understand in a easiest manner what I have done, I have just write it down, and I will let me explain it to you in a simpler manner. Docker build is a command to build the custom image, and it will be referring the docker file in the current current project structure. Okay, that's why the dot is given. We are not mentioning docker file explicitly, but it will look for the docker file itself. Then the image name we have given portfolio, otherwise random name it will pick, and you will get confused from the given list of the images, because in the real-time projects you could be building so many images, but if you're not controlling the name of it, that's where the confusion arises, right? So I'm just copy pasting this command to build the custom image first. Excuse me. Okay, now I'm here. Yes, new terminal I have launched it. It's running. Just hitting that, you can see the build is happening. Okay, as a part of build, what I have explained, it will pull this lightweighted Linux Alpine image which is preloaded with node installation. That will be happening. Then on top of that, this installation, this I mean creating of this app folder, then copying of dependency file inside the app folder uh, in the in the docker image. Then we will be using this run npm install command to install all the dependencies, then copying each and everything from local folder to the image or docker image. Then it will be exposed on this, and it will also run this command. So everything has happened. You can, as a result of this command, if you go there where, my dear, it is on image. Okay, this is the But if you look at here, you will see this portfolio app. This is okay. Okay, so this is taken the same name, I believe, because uh, the same name I have used earlier as well. So this is the one. I mean, the one image which is created as a part of Docker build command. You can refer. This is the image name. I can take the different image name as well. Let me firstly delete it. Let me build it freshly. I'm gonna okay. Now there is no portfolio app, right? Go down. Nothing is there. Let me do it again. What I will do, this is the app one. Okay, what I'm doing, guys, let's see it carefully. This is app one. In place of the app one I have used. Entering. Now it will build the fresh image. Everything, see, everything is happening. Work directory, copy, run, everything, installation. Let's see here. Portfolio app. Why it is still referring the older one? Okay, I hope the underneath the statements are same. That's why it's referring. It might be the case, but let it be. I will show you how to instantiate this Docker image so that it will spin up a Docker container. Okay, so there is this command. Now I have changed the Docker app image to docker app one, so I'm using this command. So to explain you this command, docker run hyphen d, it's run in background. P is the port binding that I have explained, then the name of the container that I'm mentioning here, then from which image it's instantiating this container, right? So this is a portfolio app. Let me check if there is any container name with portfolio app. Let me see. There is nothing. There is a Docker, MySQL Docker skeleton, but there is a no container uh, with the name of portfolio app, right? So let me execute it. All right. See, this is build. Now it returns the container ID. This is the container ID. Now let me go to the Docker desktop and the container. See, guys, this is where this container has been launched, right? It was not earlier. In order to check it, what we can do, just click it here. Okay, what all things it has done underneath all the commands, you can see it. This is what I have defined inside the Docker. In order to launch it, let's click it here and see the magic. Now guys, I have proved you that the portfolio website app I have created earlier, I have dockerized it because I am running it from container itself, inside the container. I'm not launching it from the outside, from my, I mean, whatever the code base it's referring the one which I have copied on the Docker custom image, right? So and after that I have used the docker run command. It instantiated that image and launched the container, and it's actually referring the container app. Okay, now whatever the portfolio app I'm referring currently here, it is with respect to the container app, which is dockerized. Okay, so this is what actually we call it as a dockerize your portfolio project, or you can in the similar manner you can dockerize in any of your personal projects, even your company projects as well. You can dockerize in that manner. Okay, that is the whole idea. And after that, let's understand docker ps command. So there is one docker ps command also. So let's understand that as well. Okay, so not this one. So here only, if you enter docker ps, so it's showing what all containers are running currently. See the images container, everything. This is images, this is the image. This I see from from docker desktop. When I was referring the portfolio app1 image, that is the custom image that we have built as a part of docker build command. There we are, it was showing as a 3 hours before, right? But here you can clearly see it is, I mean, we have built that custom image just 2 minutes ago only, right? So through this Docker PS, it will list down all the images, all the containers which are running underneath. So with respect to this portfolio hyphen app one image, we are binding this container. This is related. This container is bind to the or related or connected to the this image only. Okay. So you can see it clearly. So 2 minutes back only we have launched, and see the port from local host 0005173, right? From the local host, it's making the request from here, and it is going to the container port 5173. There's TCP connection, TCP communication happening. I hope you got this point, guys. It is pretty much clear, pretty much easy. Okay. And in order to understand the output as well, I have shown you the expected output as well. Portfolio should successfully run from the Docker container that I have shown you, right? And each and every thing I have explained you. Okay, guys. So I believe whatever the things I have planned for the today, I have covered each and everything in step-by-step manner, so that and in a practical manner, so that you can easily able to understand each and everything. And the idea is that you can scale that knowledge into your day-to-day work, for your company projects as well, right? So that you can just showcase your skill, that you also know the Docker, and this is how the production grade application are being built nowadays, right? So with that, I'm signing off for today, but keep remember, keep learning, keep growing, keep building together. Thank you, one and all.